Hello, everyone. This is Carlos Lopez de Almeida, founder of the Plus X Fund, coming at you with another crypto update on New Year's Eve, Friday, December 31st, 2021. Let me begin by wishing everyone a happy new year and continued growth into next year. And remember, help us grow. Click like and subscribe to our channel. All right, today we're going to look at Bitcoin. So let's pull up the chart. And here we are on the daily chart. And I have something really interesting here to show you. This is something here that a lot of people haven't noticed. But look at this. Since late April, we had this kind of double top to a cataclysmic crash where we obviously bounced from the bottom, and then another fake pump to another grinding down. So this made a kind of fuck you finger pattern over here while we were in this mini bear market, time of extreme fear, until July 29th, where the entire market flipped and started rallying. Now look at where we are now. Since October, a double top, a horrible crash, flash crash on December 4th, where we obviously bounced from the bottom, and we had this fake pump here playing out just now. And we probably grind down a little bit longer, and another fuck you finger. And this will be a micro bear market. I don't think this will be as long as this one, but look at this. This is a huge fractal pattern playing out, almost exactly the same. Now, how do we know, how can we better time the bottom of this market? Well, I have an amazing tool to help us do that. So what we want to do, we want to remember, first of all, that February 1st is Chinese New Year. And so let's mark that here. And if you remember my previous video on Chinese New Year, you'll remember that every year for the past 10 years, the Bitcoin price and all of crypto essentially has pumped into and out of Chinese New Year to some extent. So without fail as well. So 10 years in a row. So that's very likely to happen. So let's remember that on our next chart. I'm going to pull up another chart, which is extremely useful. This is the 3-day chart on Bitcoin, where we have the range filter buy and sell indicators, and we have the parabolic SARs giving us these dots, and we're also going to use the Heiken and Shi candles. And thanks to Kevin Svensson on YouTube, you can find him. He promotes this 3-day view with Heiken and Shi and parabolic SAR, and I've added these range filter buy and sell signals. And what's really amazing, if you use all three of these together, you get a huge amount of confluence. So for example, you would look at any buy or sell signal that coincides with dots. So at this point, you would have done a good job selling. You got a dot right along with the sell signal. Here you got a dot or two dots right along with the buy signal. This sell signal over here, if you ignored this one, you would have done well. Now, why could you ignore this one? Because there was no dots, right? This buy signal, you could have done well with this because there were dots and a buy signal. Here we got dots with no signal, no buy or sell signal, so you could ignore this. Don't sell here. Now, here you got dots, but no sell signal. And if you waited for this sell signal and sold pretty fast, well, then you would have also done well. I mean, you could also start selling in small chunks when you saw dots like this, especially knowing that we were so high. You can always take some profits, but basically these signals have been perfect since the beginning of the year. Here you got dots with no buy or sell signal, so you could ignore these dots. And then you got dots on the bottom leading into a buy signal. This one was great. Here you should have sold. This would have been a good sell, but if you didn't, you would have still been in profit from here. So, you know, this one didn't flash, you know, but still, this is almost perfectly accurate. You know, we didn't have a buy signal here. So in essence, this viewpoint was considering this whole thing one big move. So in that sense, this thing was still correct. You know, not perfect, but still extremely accurate. Now here's some dots leading into a sell signal, and that would have been a good sell. Every action was perfect. So if you look at that, you know, it did miss a good spot to take an action, but every action printed when it was with dots plus a signal was perfect. So here we got some dots. I think we're gonna grind down and find a market bottom. So we might get some dots on top. And then if we flip back to dots on the bottom, and then we get a buy signal, and remembering that February 1st is Chinese New Year, you know, so that this would happen faster, you know. Let's just say we keep getting dots on the bottom, get a buy signal here, and then February 1st is Chinese New Year. If you see a buy signal and dots on the bottom, that would be a huge, amazing signal. Confluence with the parabolic SAR plus a buy or sell signal, a buy signal, plus Chinese New Year around the corner. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. Plus this fractal playing out. Yeah, that would be huge. That would be huge. I'm gonna keep on top of this for you guys. I've set alerts. This is probably the most important chart now in crypto for the short term. And remember the big picture. The big picture is that once we do get that move up, we're going to be rallying up and trying to break all-time highs at 69,000. And if that can be done definitively by the end of Q1 2022, or maybe earlier, we'll be on the road to $100,000. You know, by the end of Q1 2022, by the end of March, or early Q2. That's my prediction. So that would be amazing, and that's it. That's my big update for you guys for New Year's. Again, Happy New Year's. Trade safe, be safe, prosperity for all. Take care, everybody. Have a good night.